Khan.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading, a podcast about literature.
Here we are to discuss the terrible writing we did when we were younger and to touch on some cringy literary topics right along the way.
With us today is author Beth Reekles. Say hello to the listeners, Beth.
Hi, everybody.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, we are so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I think that considering your specific authorial background, you are in a unique position to bring some material to Burn Before Reading.
Yeah, I mean, I very thankfully, I think, couldn't find all of the books that I'd written when I was like 12 years old. So we just started from the age of about 15 instead.
Okay. I can't wait. Will you please tell the listeners what your pronouns are?
She, her.
Perfect. And you want to tell them a little bit about your work, what you're known for, what you're up to these days?
Yeah, so I am the girl who wrote The Kissing Booth, like the Netflix movies.
Yay! What a cool thing to be able to say, like the Netflix movies.
It's a good strapline. I like to use it a lot. But yeah, I have been writing pretty much forever. I started The Kissing Booth when I was 15 years old. It actually turns 15 this year, so that's really fun.
Wow, it's Keynesian era is about to happen.
Yes, exactly. I began posting on Wattpad when I was 15 and got a book deal by 17, 3 hit movies on Netflix, and I just published my 17th book this year. So I'm now a full-time author, just writing rom-coms.
Did you say 17?
17.
Oh my, I felt like I was following your career closely, but I'm realizing right now I have missed some things.
A couple of them were like short stories or novellas. So like
Okay.
I had one that was part of the Kissing Booth collection. It was for World Book Day, so it was like one of the little £1 books that you see in like the supermarkets and stuff. But like I always loved World Book Day when I was a kid, so that was like a really special one for me to write.
Aw.
But yeah, I'm counting the novellas in that because they are published books.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Well, that is so dope. We are so happy to have you on the pod.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yay.
All right. So, I'll start with you, Christina, since we have a new guest. What has been cringing you out this week?
It was 85 degrees today, Fahrenheit. Let me do a quick conversion.
She's doing math in her head. No.
I know. It's so cool that if you type in F to C, Google knows what you mean. That is approximately 30 degrees Celsius.
Ew.
So it's it's heating up. I love the summer, I do. But I forgot through the long, cold, lonely winter that my apartment only has window unit air conditioning, and there is not one in my office, and the window units are extremely loud. So those who are watching on YouTube might be able to see that I'm basically naked. The window's open. If you hear something, there's a dog park out there. That sucks for you. Sorry. But I'm not closing this fucking window.
Oh my God, that kind of temperature over here, that just like the train tracks start to melt and
that's like quite a mild day for a summer here. Like our summers get pretty intense here in Virginia.
Also start in May, so
yeah. So this is basically a summer. I'd say like average would be like mid 90s, so I guess mid 40s. Celsius in the summer. Yeah. So.
I think mid 40s is too high. I think those are burning temperatures.
I feel like maybe it feels like that because it's like 100% humidity.
She's doing mental math. Somebody stop her. 92 degrees Fahrenheit is still just 33 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
100 degrees Fahrenheit is 37 degrees Celsius. And I am not rounding well.
Okay. This has been Math with Christina and Leela.
Do you remember in science classes learning about Kelvin?
I was about to say, I could always convert to Kelvin because it was just minus 273. That was really easy.
Oh, well, I was remembering that you don't say degrees Kelvin. You just say Kelvin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so iconic of Kelvin.
I know. Oh my God, Kelvin. So my cringe is that I'm hot. Beth, what's something that's been cringing you out lately? It can be something that happened to you, something in the air, something you witnessed, something in the political
I'm gonna say just
climate.
like Chat GPT in general. Just like anytime I'm talking to someone and they're like, "Oh, I asked Chat about this," or I get a text and they've like summarized an itinerary or something, and I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we still have to analyze and scrutinize this, and this would have been done in about 30 seconds if one of us had done it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ignore that message.
A lot of my friends who are employed as writers, not in the way that you are, where you are employed to be a creative writer, but they're employed as writers for companies. A lot of them are spending a lot more time training LLMs than they would be just. I think that managers of writers don't understand how quickly a career writer can crank out a fucking paragraph.
Yeah, and it sounds always like 1,000 times more natural.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will always also resent ChatGPT for stealing M dashes.
Oh yes.
God, it's so. And I'm such an M dash slut. Like,
me too.
Yes.
Oh my God, we're
just
united.
They're the best bit of punctuation.
They really are. Ugh.
I have a tough time ending sentences, so that's
yeah. I have in my books a lot of the time, like, copy editors will try and take away my M dashes and my dots at like the end of a sentence or paragraph, and they just replace it with a full stop. I'm like, no, leave it alone.
I'm still going. I feel like saying I Googled something these days ages me, you know? Like,
that's
people
so
are like,
I
asked ChatGPT, and I'm like, why not just ask Google? But then even if you ask Google, there's the AI overview anyway.
Yeah.
I know, but somehow it seems like so much more effort to go to an AI like purpose built for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you don't even know if you actually are getting the right answer, and Google is there.
Google's the people's the people's engine.
Yeah.
I think that's DuckDuckGo, honestly. Yeah, and my boyfriend like works in computers, and so every time I am like, ugh, this AI thing, this annoying thing, he's like, you unfortunately are going to have to deal with it. And I'm just like, I don't have to be nice about it though.
I will be a curmudgeon.
I will be a bitch. I think he's a coder, and coders love AI because they could just be like, do this thing, and then they do it, and then it all breaks, and then no one knows where the problem is.
Yeah, I mean, thing is with it, I know it's got like I understand it's got really good practical applications in certain areas.
Yes.
Especially like medicine and stuff like that. But when it's just someone saying, "Oh, write this email to this person saying this," and I'm like, you could do that. You basically just did that.
You just did that. Yeah. My friend is a teacher, and her principal only sends emails written through AI, and he like really clearly doesn't proofread them either because they say weird things, and people are like, "What is this?" And he's like, "I don't know." And they're like, "This is your email you sent 5 minutes ago."
This was you.
Horrible. Oh God. I think if you have a really specific use case and you're like, yeah, I'm going to use it for like this specific thing, sure. But if you're like living the AI lifestyle, I think you're making your brain dumber. I'm a Luddite though. I still get mad at backup cameras because I feel like it makes people not know how to back up their cars anymore.
I mean, not wrong though.
I know how to back up
I feel like my parking's gotten worse just because I got a new car that had a sensor on the back.
Yeah, yes.
And it throws me off anytime I'm trying to park.
That's cool. I feel like I'd die because my car beeps when I try to back up and another car is coming. And so
you're my little special girl.
I need the beeps. I need to be like, bitch, stop.
Well,
stop, bitch.
That being said, I'm like, I know how to park. I know how to parallel park because I don't have a backup camera. But then I get out of my car and I am 8 feet in front of the car behind me, and I'm like, all right, I could have scooted back a little bit more.
Yeah, to be fair, I cannot parallel park very well. But bay parking.
If you don't live a lifestyle that requires it, why would you ever get very good at it?
Yeah, I will avoid it at all costs.
I'm a city girl, street parking only. Shit or get off the pot. I remember many years ago, our friend Haley, who was like a very timid driver who didn't get her license till she was like 25. I was in her car and she was like looping and looping the block looking for an easy spot that she didn't have to parallel park in. And I was like, bitch, it is a Saturday night. You're going to learn right now how to park. You learn right this second.
No better time.
Leela, what has been cringing you out lately?
Speaking of IT stuff, which I believe we were 2 years ago,
I mentioned my
in this
boyfriend.
conversation. Okay. Yeah, I was on the phone. So I got a new iPhone like a couple months ago, and I work for a healthcare company, and so our like everything that we do operates off of Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft programs, and it's like crazy secure. It's like three-factor, authentication things. And I haven't been able to like use Outlook on my phone ever since, which is I work from home. And so I rely on that because,
It's
I'll
really
be out and
important for
about.
slacking out off. Yeah. To have Outlook on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah. All the other ones like Teams and Excel, like I have on my phone, but I need to be able to see my emails. And so I finally like got in touch with an IT person today, and we were on the phone. Guys, I kid you not, I timed it. It was 57 minutes.
Oh my God.
Just
That's too
trying to
long.
figure it out to the point that we finally had the guy remote onto my phone,
Whoa.
and he still was like, "Oh yeah, what you're saying is exactly what's happening." And I was like, "Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit. No shit."
You tried turning it off and on again?
And later unloaded. I uninstalled and reinstalled like four apps like so many times. And then finally he was like, "Well, I actually can't figure this out, so I'm gonna escalate it to my boss. And so
Right.
sorry I couldn't help." And I'm like, "Listen, man, I know you did your best. I can't even be mad at
Oh
you."
man.
But it's just like one of those things that makes you want to smash your head through a window. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh. And then right after that, I came onto this. So I was like, I'm hoping for something funny to get me into a better mood.
I feel you. I've been having work login problems too. Every time I try to log into my, like work intranet, um, sorry, there's a big loud noise outside. Um, it's like your account's locked. Contact your administrator. And I'm like, and then I call my help desk and they're like, yeah, you tried the wrong password too many times. And I'm like, it has my password saved. I tried the password 0 times. And they're like, well, try not to do it wrong next time. And I've been doing that for a week. Every day for a week. I've been doing that.
Oh man.
Work sucks. I know.
Yes.
I do not miss Teams calls. Really don't.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. I'm like, babies don't and pets, they'll never know what it
Babies
was
will
like.
know. Babies will know.
They eventually will
Your
know.
cat will never know, but your baby will know.
My cat seems to know the way that she puts her butthole in the camera every single time.
She's like, it's
Honestly,
my time
Leela,
to shine.
no
Yeah.
disrespect to your choice to be pregnant currently and to have a baby, which I'm really excited about, but every time I'm really struggling with Teams or something so mundane like that, I'm like, I if I don't have kids, that means they will never have to fight a computer program.
That's so true. Very valid.
Okay, I think it's time to get into the
The
work.
work. Yeah.
The work. Let me organize my photographs. Got a series of photographs here.
Yeah, sorry, I do not know where I have a clean draft of a PDF of this book anywhere.
That is a-okay. Every time I need to send my book to anyone, I have to email my publisher and say, "Can you please send me my book?" Like I do not know where this is. Okay. So, okay. These are like so out of order. I did this the stupidest way. Okay. Beth, do you want to tell the listeners a little bit about what we are about to receive?
Yeah, so when you asked me about any writing that I had from when I was a teenager that might be a bit cringy to talk about, I was like, well, I have one big one, which was the Kissing Booth, because like I said, I wrote it when I was 15. And yeah, it just kind of it's still out there
Yeah, it's everywhere.
for everyone
Yeah,
and
talk
anyone.
about that a little bit.
So honestly, I was when you asked me, I was like, I know the perfect scene. It's going to be the kiss scene at the kissing booth because I remember I had this like visceral memory of like like the discomfort I felt knowing that the scene had like mentions of tongues and stuff like that. And in my head, it was the cringiest thing I've ever written. Probably because I have since written so much fan fiction that I'm like, what 15-year-old me knew nothing, Jon Snow. But actually reading it back, I was like, oh, that's not as kind of it's kind of an okay scene.
Okay. Okay. It's
I mean,
hard.
I still don't want it. I still don't, you know.
It's hard to bare your soul. And then know
Yeah.
your mom read it or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, she wasn't allowed to read it until after it was published because I I was like, no, you're gonna have something to say, and um, I don't think I need to hear it, and that's okay.
That is
Yeah.
a-okay.
But
I'm
it does feel very much like stepping back into like 15-year-old me's brain, reading it, and
Which is a crazy place to hang
I was
out.
gonna say, and who
it
doesn't
feels
love
it
that?
feels like how I imagine opening your teenage diary would feel. I don't have any of those either, but it's what I feel that would feel like. Just that, oh my god, I'm back in high school worrying about like Spanish vocab tests, and if the boy in this particular class is just nice to me, or if he likes me.
Yes, it's definitely like a priority shift.
Yep.
Okay. So I think that's a pretty good intro. Basically, I think it's just important to know before we dive in that this is your published work. This
This
is
is my
the
published work.
work that made you a published author
Yeah.
and also made you a fucking I, I almost said film writer. You didn't write
No,
the
I
script,
I was not that involved with
but
the
you
films. I mean, I was like at university and stuff when they were doing the first film, so I was just like, yeah, I'm trying. I guess I'm trying to get a degree, and I don't know anything about making
oh
films.
my
So
God,
you
that's
guys go
so
ahead.
crazy. But you wrote all I'm trying to say is this blew the fuck up.
Yeah, kind of did, didn't it?
It really did. I mean, I don't think I would know you without it. Your path would be totally different without this book. And
Yeah.
that's like the point of this podcast is whether it was published, whether you crumpled it up and threw it away and your mom saved it, like wherever your writing is, it contributed to where you are today.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
I genuinely, I think without this, if I hadn't been on Wattpad with this book, I would have probably never even told anyone that I liked writing. Um,
Yeah.
and back then, I just thought that publishing a book was something you did. But sorry, back then I thought that publishing a book was just something you did when you're like, really old, like 40.
Like only George R. R. Tolkien. George
Yeah.
R. R. Tolkien?
Well,
What? I've been watching Game of
Martin.
Thrones
Yeah.
lately, sorry. I blame George for that one because he did the double R's affected. He stole it. Okay. So, Leela, have you ever read or seen The Kissing Booth?
Yes, I watched the movie last week in preparation.
Oh, nice.
That's great
Okay.
prep.
That movie is how I found out about oh my God.
Little Joey King.
Little Joey King, whom I love. I love
Oh,
her.
we were big fans of White House Down as a family. So
Oh,
as
I
soon as I
don't.
got the call saying it's Joey King, I was like, oh
Is
my
that a
god.
9/11 movie?
No, it's Channing Tatum.
I'm in.
You son of a
Oh
bitch, I'm
my
in.
God.
As well, and there's like this tour guide character who he's just like kind of weirdly has this badass moment in it, and it's a great action film anyway.
Okay,
Look at that.
I'm all over this, and she's so little here. She
She's so
can't be
ready.
she
Yeah.
can't be older than like 12. Although she's kind of a smaller girl too.
Well,
I think she was pretty young when she did this one though.
Yeah.
I have one question for you before we get into this, and then I have so many more questions about this topic. Um, How does it feel to be connected to the project that launched Jacob Elordi's career?
um, like kind of weird, good weird, but kind of
Right?
because I'm always just like
Wait,
if I see him somewhere, I'm like, oh, Jacob.
wait a fucking second. I don't.
Tina, come
I
on.
watched this movie. I did not rewatch. I have seen this movie, but it was years ago, and I did not rewatch for this.
Like I was scrolling through all the Met Gala looks this morning, and I'm just scrolling. I'm like, oh, it's Joey. But it's the same way when I see like Jacob pop up in something. I'm like, oh, it's Jacob, and we'll sort of be in the family group chat like, oh, look at Jacob, he's doing this now, or
Oh
whatever,
my god.
as if like he's our bestie, just because we're all like weirdly attached to the cast.
Yeah, I mean, I bet.
My mum, my sister never actually met him because I went to set for like a really brief time. My dad came with me because my parents were like, you are a child. You cannot go all the way to South Africa on your own. Dad will go with you.
Sure.
And he'll meet Molly Ringwald and take some selfies.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely forgot that Molly I guess I should have rewatched this. Not that we're talking about the movie, but I totally forgot Molly Ringwald was in this. I totally did not know who Jacob Elordi was when I watched this.
Nobody knew who he was when this first came out. Well, I think
but
Euphoria came out later or actually came out in 2019. I looked it up.
Then okay, so I'm trying to figure out my timeline. No, it's just come on, season 1. Because I'm pretty sure. Okay, so here's my order of operations. Beth, we connected in 2020. You guessed it on my other podcast, and that is when I read your book that had just come out.
Lockdown
on London Lane, which is not the UK title.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Lockdown.
Yeah, Love
that
Lockdown.
was the original title, though. It's funny, America seemed to really like my original titles for my books, and the UK were often like, no, change it.
Well, Love Lockdown is a very famous Kanye West song.
As I later found out.
Yeah.
I cannot say that I was in touch with his albums.
That's
so
fine.
I read Lockdown on London Lane, and then I was like, I'm gonna read some of Beth's other stuff. So I read The Kissing Booth, and then I watched it I think in 2020. So I was like late to the party. So then I must have also been late to the Euphoria party because I also watched the first I think the first season only of Euphoria. So I must have been late hey, I guess 2020 was a good year for watching stuff.
It was.
I
wonder why. Let me see. Is there anybody else I recognize? No.
There's not a lot of big names, but the names that are in there are significant.
A lot of the cast were like local actors in South Africa because that's where we filmed a lot of it.
Interesting. That explains some of the accent choices.
Apparently, Cape Town is cheap but looks like LA for filming.
Wow.
Oh.
Who knew?
That's pretty cool. Me. Yeah. No
Yeah.
I remember they said, oh, we're going to film at Cape Town. I was like, okay. For why? And they explained that. I was like, cool, okay. And then when I got there, they're like, oh, yeah, they're shooting the Maze Runner somewhere around here. I was like,
dang.
Obviously. Where can I meet Styles? I never did.
Okay, so I think it's time to get into it. Beth, we are going to ask you to read this to us.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
So we kind of have two methods. And I think we're going to go with our second method for this since it's a little longer. Our second method of reading is that we will ask you to read and tell me if this sounds very unfun to you. We will interrupt you when we have something to say.
Sounds good to me.
Because with shorter pieces, we read it all at once and then we like go back. But especially since this is longer and it's like different images, I think it'll be easier to just like say what we're thinking.
That works for me. Sometimes when I'm proofreading any of the sexier scenes in my books, I will like video chat or voice record to my friends to criticize myself as I'm doing it because it's too cringy for me to read through otherwise. And that is exactly how I do it, by interrupting every single thought.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so you're ready. You're so ready for this.
Interrupt away.
So go ahead, begin wherever you wish.
Okay, and listeners, please forgive me because I do not read out loud, like, at all, ever. What happened? Are you okay? What's up? We asked frantically. I thought maybe some guy had tried something on with her. I can't, Karen said hysterically. I can't do it. He's out there. Who?
Okay,
Your
hold on.
ex?
Quick pause. What page are you on?
It was the one right before
115.
this,
Yeah,
Tina.
it's just at the top of this page.
Oh, I just need
It's
to
just where
scroll.
you've zoomed, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
stupid. I forgot I zoomed. Okay, got it.
Your ex? Lee guessed, frowning. She looked from me to him, then nodded, gnawing on her lip. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. But we can't just let Lily do it on her own till he's gone, I stammered. I was suddenly shoved between the shoulders. Get on the booth, Lee hissed at me. At least until Karen's ex is gone. But I couldn't work the kissing booth. I'd never kissed a guy in my life. That was me at 15.
That sounds normal.
Yeah.
You have to. We haven't got any choice, he told me pleadingly. First, I find myself riding a motorbike.
Did you say Noah bike?
I have done. She hasn't got to that part in the book yet, but yeah. First, I find myself riding a motorbike with Noah of all people. Now I find myself working a kissing booth. Remind me why I ever thought this was such a good idea. It'll be good practice, Lee joked as I left him in a daze. I walked over to Karen's vacant stool in a daze. Some great editing going on there. And picked up the lipstick on the counter, putting a little on. It was bright red, not really something I'd go for. I wasn't even dressed to work the booth.
Now, there might be a philosophical difference. To me, lipstick is not for kissing.
I agree.
You do agree, okay? Because Leela's a big lipstick wearer. What do you think, Beth?
Yeah, no. Lipstick is for me.
It comes off.
I would actively probably not put it on if I was going out with my boyfriend or something.
Well, I will say
unless it really tied the outfit together.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, when I was at this age in high school, I've got a real Southern mama, and she was always like, "You're not fully dressed unless you have lipstick on," and I've just always worn lipstick, and even in high school, I had some kind of lipstick or gloss on, and I remember because at the time I feel like anytime in like cartoons and movies the girl was getting ready to kiss a guy, she would put lipstick on, and so I was like, they must love it. And then I remember I had this sticky thick lip gloss, and my boyfriend at the time being like, do you mind like not putting lip gloss on like right before we kiss?
Yes, my boyfriend has me trained that if he's coming in for a kiss and I've recently applied lip gloss, I'm supposed to say danger.
Yeah, I got like I like a bold lip color as well, so I'm like, that's
me too.
That's not for kissing. I remember like this a few years ago now. I went out with a bunch of friends on a night out, and I kissed a guy on the night out, and I had like bright red lipstick on, and the girls had like left, moved on to the next bar, and I went and joined them afterwards, and I met the one outside, and she's just like, you have lipstick literally all over your face. I was like, that. Do you know what? I didn't even consider that would have happened, but thank you for not letting that continue the rest of the night.
That's like funny for a bit. It's funny in a movie.
Yeah. It was funny at the time, to be fair, but I was like, God bless you for not letting me carry on the entire night like this.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So it definitely strikes me as like a never been kissed energy to be like, I need bright red lipstick for this.
Although I guess like logistically, if they were working the kissing booth, they're just kind of going in for like a peck, like a mwah, and then you walk away with like a cute little lipstick print or whatever.
Okay, I can see it.
I guess.
Vision.
I don't.
If you want to leave an impression, I think that would be more effective for a cheek kiss.
Yeah. I looked at the line of guys in front of me. Lily shot me an encouraging smile before calling, next. Then I saw him. I twisted around sharply to give Karen and Lee a frantically wide-eyed look. It wasn't Karen's ex waiting in line. Flynn, I hissed, gaping at her. My heart was trying to break through my ribs, my eyes bulging out of their sockets. I couldn't believe it. After all the times they'd asked me to persuade Noah to turn up, she bailed. And she had a crush on him. How lame was that? Sorry, she mouthed, biting her lip. Next, Lily called again. Crap. He was up next. I gulped. Lily gave me a look and told me to get on with it. So I swallowed, cleared my throat, and said a shaky, "Next." Noah walked up to the booth and sat down opposite me. "Since when were you working the kissing booth?" he asked. "Since you turned up and Karen wimped out," I mumbled as he looked me up and down. "What? I didn't dress for this, okay?"
um Maybe this is a good moment for a little bit of context for those who haven't read or seen of who these people are to each other.
Yeah, so Elle is our main character. She is, as you may be able to tell, never been kissed. And Noah is her best friend Lee's older brother that she has had this like helpless crush on for her whole life, but would never really act on because he's her best friend's older brother.
That's what older brothers are for. You know, your friend's older brother's your crush, you move on. All right, cool.
And they are running a kissing booth as a fundraiser for a school carnival.
I do love that. Could not have a more pre-COVID energy.
I was just thinking, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was part of the reason that I set the book in the US was because I was like, well, they can drive earlier over there, and I don't feel like kissing booths are a very British concept.
I was thinking that too, watching this. I was wondering if you had meant to set this in the US or if that was the adaptation. So, okay, so good to know.
Yeah, so keen-eyed readers will find elements of the book that are like, that's not right. Why are you drunk on cider? That's not alcoholic. And that's like what everyone was drinking at parties when I was 15, 16. Because it is alcoholic over here. Well, I didn't dress for this, okay? No, you look fine. Oh, I blinked, taken aback. That was almost like him telling me I look nice. Thanks. I didn't think you were going to show up here. He shrugged. I didn't pay to talk to you, you know, he told me, pushing his $2 over the counter pointedly. I paid to get a kiss. He's just joking around, right? He's just teasing me, playing a prank. He raised an eyebrow and looked at me, waiting. Oh God, he really isn't joking. I have to kiss him.
Okay, I would like to interject with a question.
Go for it.
Okay, pretend that health and safety is off the table. You are the kisser in a kissing booth. How much are you charging per kiss?
I mean, this was written in 2011. Inflation's gone wild since then, so it's got to be at least like $13, right?
Oh my God. I'm gonna look it up. Leela, how much would you charge per kiss?
Current in my current state, I mean,
in your current state?
Well, maybe not my current. Let's say my peak state.
Pregnant, hot.
I am pregnant. I think like $10 to $15 is more apt. But also it's just a kiss. It's also just a kiss. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a smooch. Tongue's not involved. $2 in 2011 is $3 now. So that's
wow.
It says it's for charity too. I'm thinking $5 a smackaroo.
Yeah, because what's a charity gonna do with just a couple of 2-pound bits?
Yeah. Yeah, I know the lingo. Yeah, when I read it, I was like, $2 is so. It's just so low. All the effort you're going through to set this up. Yeah.
Of how gross things could get. Yeah.
Well, especially high school boys. Well, I actually don't know who's worse, high school boys or grown men.
High school boys are pretty gross in terms of hygiene stuff, I will say.
They definitely can.
I was just going to say high school people, full stop.
Full stop.
Yes, yeah. I was gross for sure. Had you recently watched, or had at this point you watched the Amanda Bynes movie?
I was gonna say She's the Man.
She's the Man, yeah. That's the only other place I think I've ever seen a kissing booth.
Yeah, same. I think that's why I was just like, oh, that's what they do in America.
Yeah, I think that movie lied.
Amanda Bynes told me.
I've never seen such a thing with my.
No, I don't think I've ever seen a kissing booth in real life either.
Yeah, but
listeners, have you? Write in.
Yeah, comment below.
No,
comment below the podcast. Okay.
I guess if you're on YouTube, you can comment below.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he really isn't joking. I have to kiss him. I couldn't quite get my head around the idea that my first kiss was going to be with Noah Flynn, my best friend's big brother, the guy who could make me feel the most inexplicable things and drive me crazy in 3 seconds flat. I gulped, and it must have been audible because he raised an eyebrow at me. My eyes flitted down to his lips. They looked so soft and kissable. My mind drifted to the memory of Noah in his towel, in his football uniform, and I was about to kiss him. I knew I didn't have to if I didn't want to. Nobody could force me to kiss him, and that was the worst part. I knew I had the option to back out, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. I leaned in as he did. What if I got cotton candy stuck in my teeth? What if I tasted gross? Shut up, shut up, shut up. My first kiss. ...
And that's a chapter break right there.
Yeah.
That's so
remember
dramatic.
as well, this was Wattpad days. Like, people were left hanging for a couple of days after this.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like designed the book that every chapter had a cliffhanger of some kind.
Because that's how you keep readers coming back.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my God. That didn't even occur to me. So how long did your readers have to wait for the next chapter?
Oh, it was only usually like 3 to 5 days. I was pretty on it because I was always writing ahead of where I was uploading.
Okay.
So I remember I uploaded the first 3 chapters all in one go, and then it was every couple of days after that.
That's cool. So you didn't have like the whole book written already, but you were writing ahead.
Yeah. And it was more a case of like, I waited until I was a chunk of the way into the book before I uploaded, because I was like, oh, what if this is like one of many fleeting book ideas that I abandon after like 4 chapters? That's gonna make me feel really bad about myself if I upload that and then I leave it.
Yeah, we've had some of those on the pod. Perhaps not as good as this professionally published book.
So many daisies.
Yeah, my first kiss.
Dot.
Chapter break. That's so funny.
When my lips touched his, he tasted of spearmint and cotton candy, which wasn't as bad as it might sound.
Sounds great.
Rita, I have no idea what that tastes like. I know I don't like cotton candy, but I assume that this is a nice combination.
Oh, and don't I don't know, you people sound so aggressive.
Candy
don't
floss.
You people call it candy floss.
Leila, you're allowed to say that to our former imperial overlords.
Okay, so true. Yeah. Yeah, candy floss. So you called it cotton candy, which is very American of you.
Yeah,
which is perfect.
I was like really on it for some of these things.
Candy floss is cotton candy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've only ever heard candy floss in Harry Potter.
There you go.
And I was like, guess that's some weird British thing.
No, it's just cotton candy.
I remember hearing about Americans get confused by Spello tape from Harry Potter because it's the sellotape over here, and apparently that's like a British brand or something.
Yeah, totally. I didn't get that joke until like a year ago. Great pun though, in retrospect. But it's also stupid. Sorry, I had a whole Harry Potter podcast, but like, what about this tape is magical? Is it for making spells, or do you just want to have a clever name?
It's just for sticking. But yeah, if anyone knows how good a combination or how bad a combination spearmint and cotton candy / candy floss is, please let me know.
I feel like it would be good.
I still don't know.
I mean, a little fruity and a little minty.
I think it would taste like that would be also mixed with the taste of boy, which would taste great.
Like he's a hot boy.
Exactly.
Well, you know.
He's clean.
It tastes like Jacob Elordi.
I kissed him back and forgot everything for a moment. Forgot this was a kissing booth, forgot we were in public, forgot that it was Noah who I was supposed to hate so much for being so interfering. For a second, I even forgot that this was my first kiss. I just kissed him back, following his lead. And when I felt his tongue touch the tip of mine, this is where I cringe.
You got this, girl.
I opened my mouth a little wider, letting him deepen the kiss. I kissed him back harder. I didn't have the slightest clue what I was doing. I just followed his lead. We broke apart at the same time, but he stayed there, his forehead resting on mine. Both of us were breathing hard. Damn, he said. A smirk played at the corners of his lips, and his eyes sparkled at me. I couldn't tell if that was a good damn or a damn I just kissed my little brother's best friend.
Come on. He's sparkling. It's obviously a good
He's
name.
basically Edward Cullen. Yeah, I whispered back anyway, making him chuckle. There were a few wolf whistles from the crowd. I barely noticed them. Someone tapped my shoulder, making me jump. I'll take over now if you want, said Karen, giving me a knowing
Shut up,
smile.
Karen.
I
It's all
know.
right. Elle got what she wants.
I also wrote this pre Karens.
Oh yeah, that's okay. There's a Karen and named a character named Karen in Mean Girls too. Like the
That
name
is
Yeah.
true.
existed before
Yeah.
the meme.
Karens have always existed.
It's true.
Still feeling dazed from the kiss, I nodded and stood up, letting her take my place. I walked out of the booth slowly, feeling totally surreal. This must have been a dream. I did not just make out with Noah Flynn. That's where we're gonna leave it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do want to say first of all, I've read way cringier things than this.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Same.
This was like 1,000 times worse in my head. There was like pages of tongues in my head.
Pages of tongues. Oh my god. I am gonna leave our image here open to the tonguing portion in case anyone wants to roast anything specifically. You said twice that she is following his lead.
Yeah, she is so dazed.
I get it. Sometimes a kiss is so good, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I think as well, we're like, obviously, I was not a practiced, experienced writer at this stage. Like, I'd written a lot of books and stories and stuff, but like not that many in the scheme of me now, 15 years later.
Yeah. And you weren't getting like adult professional critique on that stuff either.
Well, yeah, but also when we published it, it was literally like a 6-week turnaround from me signing that contract to the ebook coming out. So
oh my God. Did they edit it?
Like a bit, yes. But this is where I think, we probably didn't go quite hard enough on some of it, or I didn't know what I was doing. Because I had edited the Wattpad version myself because there were like wild scenes in that one. There was like an earthquake scene because there was always an earthquake scene and stuff like 90210 and Gossip Girl and whatever. And they lived in California. That was totally reasonable
Yes.
as far as I was concerned. But there was like all of this wild stuff that I knew after I finished it. I just, even for me, I wasn't like totally happy with it. So I'd gone and edited it. And then, yeah, I think we just basically did a round of edits that was, you don't need these filler chapters. We can take this section out and mash these 2 chapters together. We don't need quite as many cliffhangers at the end of these chapters.
Sure.
Wow. And probably just some proofreads kind of thing then.
Did your first editions have a lot of errors that got missed?
How do you mean my first editions?
Like just like your first printing, like right when it came out, was it as an editor having 6 weeks to get something to print makes me feel really stressed.
As far as I'm aware, this is basically that edition.
Wow.
This particular one is probably slightly more Americanized because this is from the US copy, just because I happened to have that on hand more easily from reorganizing my bookshelves when I was sending you these pictures. But yeah, this is a first edition 2013. So
wow. The only Britishism that I noticed throughout everything that you just read was you spelled practiced with an S, the British way. But that's the only thing. Everything else.
The other thing is.
Oh, you noticed something else?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Where she says quite.
No. I think quite is shared over here. It's the single quote. The single quotes instead of a double quote.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. That is a Britishism.
That is also, I would never use the single quote personally. I always use the double ones.
Oh, interesting.
Publishers change them.
And that's so tedious.
It's just like house style.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
Weird. It's weird to think that authors perhaps don't do that and the publishers do it.
Like, in the UK editions of my books, because I've had the same publisher for my YA, my like teen books since the Kissing Booth. and they will always say like, no, house style is percent as 2 words, percent. Forever is 2 words, forever.
Oh
What?
no.
And I'm like, no, but I will give them percent as 2 words so that I can fight them on having all right as 1 word, not 2, because I can't deal with all right as 2 words. I'm like, that is different. I'm not asking if you're all right. I'm asking, you all right? Like, they're wildly different to me.
It's funny.
Percent. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But see, no one I know would ever use percent 2 words.
No, I'm with you.
Interesting.
Now,
I've never seen it outside of copy editing my own books as percent 2 words.
yeah,
But there are some hills I will give up so that I can die on others.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a give and take always between author and publisher. Now I'm trained to use all right as 2 words because that is how Webster's prefers it. And I don't know.
I let it slide in my US editions because I'm like,
Yeah. So in the US, we defer to Webster's. And I remember looking this up before. I'm like, the original all right is older and more strong. Forever, that's insane. I don't approve of that.
that
as 2 words.
It's
not even in Webster's. Webster's doesn't even acknowledge that.
I don't understand where that one's come from, but I will always say no. We're not doing that one.
Oh my God, this is so funny. They have a southern pronunciation of forever as feva. Like almost like 1 syllable. No, 2 syllables.
What is that, like a Shakespeare version? Who the fuck would say that?
Forever.
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 See, that also just sounds like a bit British in that, and like forever.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Is, well, they say that like that like Spanish. Why did I say Spanish? That Southern pronunciation and British pronunciation have like a lot in common, and that's why like in America they say like read Shakespeare in a Southern accent, and like the cadence is better.
Yeah. I really like the videos that I see of people reading Shakespeare in a southern accent.
The cadence is great, and I think it was like maybe like episode 2 of this podcast in 2024. Our friend Haley read a poem by Jonathan Swift, which is not quite as old as Shakespeare, but she read it in a southern accent, and the cadence was lovely, even though the poem was disgusting.
Horrible.
That was the name of that episode was He Flew Too Close to the Pervert Son.
That is a great title.
Like if I have one legacy when I die, it's not even this podcast, it's just our episode titles. That's all I need to be in the records as Christina's greatest works.
It's true. We have an idea for like maybe a bonus episode or a regular episode where we just have to blindly look at our titles and try to guess what we actually fucking talked about. Yeah.
Do you think you would write this differently now? Like, or how do you think you would write this differently now?
I absolutely would, but also that's kind of why I would never want to go and edit it, because I'm like, no, this is so like teenage brain.
Yeah.
I think that's part of its charm, and like that's what I kind of try to go back to when I'm writing some of my stuff. Like, I don't mind being cringy and cliche in my books. I kind of actually prefer it and enjoy it more.
And I love that for you as someone who writes like romance and contemporary. Like, that's why people turn to those genres, is for comfort, you know?
So yeah, I know, like, but I also know that any of my books or anything that I've written, if I was going back and trying to write it again or edit it, there's always stuff to change.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is where I'm quite glad of, like, having editors in publishing to take me through the process. Is it's very much a case of, like, okay, well, like, these bits are done as far as you think they're done. And I think they're done based on what you've said. Now we move on.
Yeah.
So there's, like, only so much that I have the capacity to change in that sense, and I'm not just going to be stuck rewriting ever and ever.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like my old boss used to say like books are never done. You just finish working on them.
Yeah.
Like and it is really I like it's funny because authors do want to keep improving, but then at a certain point it's like you're not actually improving, you're like nitpicking, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We used to have
Um,
some oh go ahead, Leela.
it's okay. It'll be kind of a pivot, so you go ahead first.
We used to have some pretty high I worked at basically a vanity press for a while, and so our authors were very high maintenance because they were paying to be special, you know.
Yeah.
And we used to when authors would submit too many changes, especially we allowed them to submit changes in the design phase, like past the editorial phase, which I think should be illegal. And so we used to start charging them. We would be like, okay, if you have any more edits after this, it will be $25 an edit. And that stopped them.
Yeah.
That was only for the divas.
Well, I have a couple lines that I jotted down when I was watching the movie. I admittedly did not, I have not read the book. So because of that,
Yeah.
I
But Beth
have,
cannot be held accountable for the film.
I know, but you know what? I
We're going to
think
read them anyway.
I want to know which of these came from the source. And if so, I would like an explanation. All right, here's the first one.
This is just mainly a test of my memory as well.
Okay. There's a she-emergency in the locker room.
I don't believe that's mine.
Okay.
She-emergency is so cute.
It appears that it was at that time about like a 45-year-old Italian American man who did the screenplay for that movie. So some of it kind of makes sense. Let's just say that.
You texted me that one, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Like,
I
why
said,
does it
look
sound
at this
so
man's
familiar?
face. This one really got me. Dude touched my lady bump. Beth.
I also don't believe that's mine.
Wait, I like this game. We should do this more and be like book or film.
Yeah. Okay,
Because
yeah.
I can't like 100% guarantee it. Because there's an outside chance.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty confident neither of those have been mine so far.
Okay.
Lady bump is very high schooler, afraid to say a body part.
Is it? Or is it?
I don't think it would have ever crossed my little British brain
Yeah, lady bump.
to put those words together.
It reminds me, Leela, of like 50 Shades of Grey, how she could never just say the name of her body part. Or like right now I'm reading
goddess, yeah.
Oh God, not the goddess. I'm reading Colleen Hoover right now, and she also can't say the name of a fucking body part. And I'm like, your characters are grown. It's cute when they're 15.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually remember asking one of my editors at one point, because I've got a couple of books that are like crossover. So the main characters are like 18, 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a little bit more mature in content. So not like super explicit or anything, but it's a bit more obvious that the characters are having sex versus like in the kissing booth, it's just like fade to black next morning.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember having to highlight a section where I think I just used the word like erection. And I was like, I have heard rumors that you can't use the word cock in young adult books. And I don't know if that's true. So I'm counting on you to know if it's true. And in case it is, we've gone with that instead. And my editor just responded like, and I was like, I didn't think this was a comment I'd ever have to leave, but there we are. And she was like, I didn't think this was a comment I'd ever have to respond to, but I've also heard that rumor, so we're going to stick with this.
Okay, good. There's so
Very
many cringier ways to say cock than erection. Erection is just fine.
Erection is clinical. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. That's what we're looking at here.
All right, I only have two more.
Okay.
Is my butt too big? Am I some sort of freak or something?
Was that Joey King?
Yes.
Completely unbelievable line.
Could have been me.
Okay.
That was 50-50.
Yeah, that could go either 50-50.
way. Okay. All right. And then this last one I thought was genuinely funny. It's never great to hear your childhood crush say it's super gross in your pants.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Vince, and I like that line a lot.
Okay, I like that line. Um, Vince, sorry
So
for saying you're out of touch.
there is one line in the films that I did actively contribute,
Okay.
Okay.
which was when they're at the school council meeting at the beginning and they're pitching the idea for the kissing booth. And one of the girls in there is British, and Lee makes some kind of comment to her, and she just replies, "I'm British, you wanker." Because originally that said Todger, and I remember texting all my friends going, "Do you know what that means?"
Oh,
And they were like,
interesting.
"No." So I supplied a variety of alternatives.
Okay. Told you. That's like an old school like Monty Python
What, like
Yeah,
insult.
EGER.
TODGER?
Yeah,
Or is it not even a word and is it just something that we're so dumb that we're like, that's a Britishism?
I
I
think
know
it.
I would.
I think it refers to a man's inner goddess.
Told you.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, it does. It means penis.
yeah, me and my friends didn't know what that meant, and I offered up wanker instead, and that was used.
Good for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now what, hold on. Is this anything? Tosser.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something.
That's
yeah, that's
something.
like the same thing. I think that was probably one of my alternatives that I'd suggested.
It probably comes from Todger, just a guess.
It's
Oh no, it's from toss off means to
yeah,
masturbate. I don't know that one. Do you know that one, Leela?
No.
Interesting.
same as wanker.
Wank
Yes.
off? Could you say wank off? Not in my accent. Wank off?
You would just say to have a wank.
Have a
I'm
wank.
gonna go and have a wank. I love
It's I do love
it.
it. Wow. I've been having sex for so long and I still am learning new words, gang.
Right?
No,
So exciting.
very early on in the kissing booth days, in my career days, there was like this. It was like the first year of this big book festival called YALC YA LitCon in London, and at the first year, I was invited to be part of a panel, and it was all about sex in YA. Because apparently the Kissing Booth was a very sexy book, despite the
Ooh.
fact it was written by a 15-year-old who had also never really kissed a boy.
An authority.
And yeah, so I was invited up to do this panel. My dad went with me because it was hosted at Comic Con, and he was like, "You're like 19, you can't just go off to London on your own." And also, like Carrie Fisher and Stan Lee are there. I kind of want to see.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Your dad
Yeah.
seems to have a pattern of being like, you
Yeah.
need a chaperone when he gets to meet celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My mum did come with us when it was the Toronto and the New York trips that I did as part of my career. But
Of
yeah,
course.
she wasn't really into Comic Con, and she was like, "You can take one for the team," and he was like, "Gladly, absolutely." But yeah, he was like, "Oh, Beth's doing a panel. Like, I want to sit and watch, and like, it'll be really cool. Beth's doing a panel at Comic Con." Yeah, it's about sex in YA, and like one of the first questions is, "So how do we get in the mood?" And I was like, "We don't."
We
No.
don't.
What mood? There is no mood.
I've never been in the mood in my
The
life.
author hosting the panel, Juno Dawson, she's brilliant. She's really funny, but first thing out of her mouth when she's introducing the panel was like, "Oh, we've got Beth's dad in the audience, right in the front row. Hi, Beth's dad."
I love that. Were you embarrassed
Oh,
or did you
yeah.
own it?
Yeah, no, I don't remember a lot about that panel.
She's
Also, like
blocked it out.
I kind of didn't know how much I had to contribute because yeah, Kissing Booth is very much they do, but it's just fade to black, so you
Yeah.
don't see anything.
Everyone's talking about sex and you're like, and then I just ended the scene.
Yeah.
Leela, do you have anything left to say about the kissing booth? Pivotal kissing scene.
No, I don't think so. I thought it was really fun and hot when I saw it on the big screen
That movie's so fun. Yeah.
and I really just had a great time. So I think it's extremely impressive that you pulled all this shit together so prolifically at age 15
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was Was I writing at that age? Yes. What was I writing? Don't worry about it.
Nope, we have all heard. We've been doing this podcast for a while now.
Oh
Everyone
yeah,
knows what
everyone
we were doing
knows.
when we were 15, and it's not good.
It's not good. So, power to you, and power to you for being a published author of 17 individual works,
That's
also
awesome.
at your young age. So, good for
Pretty
you.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
I want to be you when I grow up, but you're younger than me.
Literally.
Beth, do you have anything else you'd like to add about the Kissing Booth's pivotal kissing scene?
Reading it out loud, it was as cringy as I thought it was going to be, but yeah, a lot less tongues than I remember in my head. And it was actually, when I reread it before coming on the pod, I was like, this is way more competent and like something I have written than I have built it up to in my head, because I have not read this book since I was like working on the second book
Yeah.
years and years ago. So I probably haven't read this book in like 10 years. So I was pretty impressed with myself, if I'm honest.
Good.
That's
Definitely
awesome.
got worse fan fiction type that
Well,
on my
listen,
desktop. So
listen, like on a similar vein, and I'm so sorry to even put you in the same category as this, but let's talk about 50 Shades. I know we talked about for a second, which was also a fanfic that some may say was not even a little bit edited and just completely published as is.
But by the way, like what we decided she was like 45 when that was published.
Yeah, so it's not as cute of a
the
look,
adult
let's be
one had
honest.
to be when they became a published author.
Also a British lady writing Americans.
Worsely.
Much worsely. I think your youth gave you more believability into that insight. And your writing style in general, so far that I read in those few pages, already seems
Thanks.
More tolerable.
yes, it was readable.
We really
Let's
hate E.L.
we
James's
we
writing.
do.
I remember when the books came out, I had two really like big newspaper articles to interview or run pieces about it. And one said I was the Dickens of the iPad generation because
The
it was all
Dickens.
serialized on Wattpad. And the other one called me 50 Shades of Youth.
Oh God.
That is like so apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Because
I like them both.
like the thing is, Elle in your book and all of Colleen Hoover and E.L. James's lady protagonists have the exact same energy. And it is only okay when you're a 15-year-old writing a 15-year-old. It is not okay
Agreed.
when you're an adult woman writing an adult woman who doesn't know how to do fucking anything. Come on.
And like when it comes to like trying to Americanize things, like E.L. James didn't even try. She says trousers instead of
There's that
pants.
line. There's that line. Do you remember it, Leela? I'll never
The
forget it.
astounding.
No, no, no. Thank heavens I have retained my trousers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
never
pretty bad.
forget it. I was
I
like,
mean,
what is this?
A Court of Thorns and Roses, it really bothers me that Tamlin calls them pants. Doesn't bother me that Feyre does, but it bothers me that in the first one, Tamlin refers to them as pants because I'm
Tamlin
like,
doesn't
absolutely
deserve
not.
anything.
Well, pants means
That you should call
underwear,
them trousers.
right? Doesn't pants
Yeah.
mean yeah.
So there was
So
something about like, oh, this fairy lord, high lord, calling them pants. I was like, absolutely not. I'm out. I wasn't, obviously. I read them more.
slams
I loved them,
though.
but that lives right through in my head.
Oh, that is funny. Well, Beth, thank you very much for bringing this on the show. I think this is Oh, I was gonna say I think this is our first published work, but that's not true. We've had some like articles that were published long ago, but I do believe this is our first published book that where the author was also invited on the show.
Well,
Thanks.
yeah, because typically the published works, authors, if an author, we have had authors come on, but they're not like trying to roast something that they published. But
Yeah,
you've
maybe
moved on to other bigger and better things
maybe
at
we
this
should
point.
dabble in more YA romance because I do feel like that is like an area where you can be just like Beth, both proud and cringed out.
Which is the great energy
That's a great
for
energy.
this pod. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as quick as I was to say, oh, let's do some of the Kissing Booth when you asked, hey, have you got any writing from when you were younger that you find cringy?
I
I
notoriously have
like
writing from when I was
I
younger.
fucking love this book dearly. I would not change it for anything.
Good.
Yay.
I think it's quite charming in that way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is great.
definitely. If you like the tone of YA romance, read this book. If you don't like it, don't read this book because that's
Yeah.
what it is.
If you like the vibe of the general movie though, you should read my other books because
Yeah.
they do not have two in a daisies in the same paragraph because I clock that kind of thing now. I have been trained to do so.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
she's a professional, you
She's
guys.
way better than E.L. James. Every other line, she's just like, oh my.
So true.
Yeah, I just like to throw in oh.
Oh. Oh is
Oh,
so much better than oh my. Like
I agree.
something about it. I
Oh
think it's just
Yeah.
my.
E.L. James.
It's the fanfic in me that just like I love the single paragraph
Oh.
followed by the
Yeah.
single paragraph italics oh.
Oh.
There's a lot that can be said in just two little letters.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to play a little bit of a game. Leela tries to slip into a British accent, just promptly stops herself. Um,
Go for it. I won't
the
roast you.
game, you should. The game is called Horny, Sad, or Just Plain Bad.
Amazing.
Beth, do you think that this particular bit of slash the entirety of The Kissing Booth, the book, is horny, sad, or just plain bad? I know what my
I
answer
know what
is.
my answer is.
I'm gonna go horny.
Yes.
Horny! Horny in the
I'm
house.
yeah, I'm also gonna go horny. I'm gonna go full horny. It doesn't seem sad at all. It seems joyful.
Joyful.
And
As we
That
talked
is
about,
very much the vibe of like everything I've ever written, to be
I
fair.
love
Aw.
that. I love that. And it's definitely not just plain bad. Like,
No, girl.
if we're setting the bar where this show has gone before, this is pretty dang good.
Let's just say I've brought multiple raps onto the show, Beth. So no, it's not just plain bad.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with a
Horny.
triple horn. Woo!
Yeah. It's like teenage horny where she's like, ooh, I like
Yeah.
this kiss. And then it like escalates, you know?
Yeah, and it's very much like I want to see this guy. I want to make out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I miss the olden days when you were like, "Ooh, are we gonna make out?"
Oh my God,
And it was
making
like,
out was so fun.
it was
Yeah.
awesome. Like I miss like making out on couches with like zero expectation of it ending in sex because our parents are home, you know?
Yes,
It's like
yes.
just making out to touch each other.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, oh, Beth, tell the listeners where they can find you, what you're working on now, if you have any recent or upcoming releases they should know about.
Yeah, so my most recent adult book was called The Layover, and it is out in the UK and the US. It follows three strangers overnight at an airport on their way to break up the same destination wedding. And my latest YA book is called For Real, this time in the UK. It is enemies to lovers, fandom, it's about a fangirl and the actor playing her comfort character. And it's very like Dungeons and Dragons-y vibes as well. And that's
Ooh,
coming
fun.
that's coming to the US later this year with the title That Feeling When. And you can find me online at author Beth Reekles on Instagram and at Beth Reekles on TikTok, where I just post a lot of crochet updates and silly writing memes for the most part.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love that content.
And I would love to tell you what I'm working on next, but I don't know what that is because I'm
Okay.
currently waiting, hoping for a new book contract.
Okay. I hope that whatever you want next in your career comes to you.
Yes,
Thanks.
agreed.
Hopefully it's going to include a witchy rom-com, but we'll see.
Ooh,
I'm all over it.
yes.
Thanks
Full-time
again,
witch,
Beth.
Big City Warlock. We love to see it.
Ooh! Thanks again, Beth, for coming on the show. We really appreciate your time and energy, and we love the Kissing Booth.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is it for Burn Before Reading.
Until next week, remember.
Your cringe is part of you.
Oh. Oh?
Thanks for listening to Burn Before Reading.
Created by me, Christina Kahn.
Hosted and produced by Christina Kahn and me, Leela Hilton.
Logo designed by Michael Hardison. Follow him on Instagram at RoyGBivRVA or check out his work at wildlingpress.com.
Theme music by Sakura Wishes.
Find me online at tbr.tinabereading on Instagram.
Find me at Leels for Reels on Instagram.
Join us on Patreon for access to our Discord server, monthly bonus episodes, and other fun stuff.
Find video recordings of most of our episodes on YouTube at Burn Before Reading. Follow the podcast on Instagram at BurnBeforePod or email us at burnbeforepod@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening, friends.
See you next time.